Welcome back to FM Story. We're rapidly approaching the end of season 1 with Milan, and things are going pretty well. We are top of the table, 4 points clear of Inter. We are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League against Leipzig. There's a very strong chance in this episode we're going to have 3 games against Inter. If we both make it to the semi-finals of the Champions League, we play each other. We've got 1 game left in the league, which could decide where the title's going. We are starting to see that our squad isn't deep enough. We've ended up at the end of the last episode picking up a load of injuries. We've got some suspensions coming as well. So without further ado, let's get into the end of the season and see if we come away with any trophies. We are now approaching the end of April and things are starting to get serious. We've got 6 games left in the league. We're still 4 points clear of the top of the table. Since the end of the last episode, we've had a decent run, certainly in the league. We won 5-0 at home against Monza, which we barely had anyone available. Tammy Abraham came up with a hat-trick. We're going to have a serious think about the end of the season, what we do up front, because Tammy Abraham's loan obviously is up. There's no option to buy him. And he has come up big in the second half of the season for us. He picked up another hat-trick in the next game, which was the first leg of the Champions League against Leipzig, where we won 4-1. We then tried to play as much of a rotated team as we could in the second, in the game against Empoli, because we had injuries, suspensions, players being completely unfit. So we needed some players to play their way into the side for the second leg. We beat Empoli 3-1. Another couple of goals there from Tammy Abraham. And then the second leg against Leipzig, everything went wrong. We scored after 4 minutes to go 5-1 up on aggregate. And then we've ended up going out 7-6 on aggregate overall. João Felix's goals not enough to save us. The substitutes we brought on weren't able to do enough of a job. We really were struggling fitness-wise for a lot of the players there. So unfortunately, we've gone out with the quarterfinal of the Champions League. We wouldn't have played Inter in the semi-final anyway because they got dumped out by Monaco. So we've not missed out on that derby there. So as far as the league's concerned, we've got 6 games left to go. We are still 4 points clear of Inter. We still have to play Inter. That was supposed to be coming up at the beginning of May. It's now been pushed back, presumably because of the Coppa Italia, and it is now our penultimate game of the season. Inter is still firing. I mean, Dumfries, Thuram, Martinez, right at the top of the average of the ratings there. Tammy Abraham certainly, as we said, has come up big with goals for us in the second half of the season. Leao and Sotil with the assists at the top for us. And it's getting to sort of squeaky bum time at the top of the table here. We thankfully have pretty much everyone available. The only one we're missing for this next game against Atalanta is Emerson Royal. Looking at what they've got available, they're missing some big players as well. So hopefully we can pick up 3 points here, keep the pressure on Inter to keep matching us, and hope that they drop some points before we have to play them. So this is the side we've picked for the game against Atalanta. We did just sort of have everyone available. Obviously, we saw Emerson Royal was suspended. Terracciano was actually suspended as well. So we're missing another option for fullback or centre midfield. But hopefully, the boys can do a job and get another 3 points. Right, so from the kickoff, they've gone out to the left-hand side. Klasinac back to centre half. Darun, we're not getting anywhere near the ball here. And they're in acres of space on the right-hand side. Ball into the box. And thankfully it's straight into the arms of Magnan. And now we're attacking down the left. Theo Hernandez bombing forward. João Felix, the Reinders, Abraham, heavy first touch. Now Kyle Walker bombing forward on the right. And there's Rafael at the back post, and what a first minute that's been. End-to-end stuff. But we've managed to pick up the opening goal, and hopefully that can settle the boys down after that disappointing defeat in Leipzig. Just Walker goes and swings across over. 3 Atalanta defenders find themselves underneath the ball, and Leao gets his header in. Theo Hernandez, Fofana across to Tomori. Fofana to Leao. Driving down that left-hand side. Past the man, cross into the box. And the keeper comes and claims off Sotel's head. And he pumps it down the field. And we've got it and bringing it back for Leao's been knocked off the ball. Darun. Scamacca to Belnova, bombing forward. Low ball into the box. And Lookman really should have scored, and that should have been them immediately back level. Scamacca with a free kick into the box. It's headed down. Minions turned it onto the bar, but thankfully they were offside. Free kick for them deep in their own half. Long up the field. We've won it back though. Abraham's in behind because of the fact that Toloi took that free kick. It comes crashing back off the bar, and they managed to clear it. The game seems to have quietened down a touch, but we've got a corner. Theo Hernandez to take it. In swing it to the near post. Still alive. Theo Hernandez into the box. Takes a big deflection off the defender to fly past the keeper and put us 2-0 up. When they got the head on it, Tomori then heads it to Theo Hernandez, who just drives into the box. And he takes a big nick off the defender to go under the keeper. A free kick for them in a dangerous position. Scamacca to take it. Lifts it over the wall. Mining gets across to turn it behind for a corner. And we've headed the corner clear, but back out to Belnova, who lumps it into the box. And Scalvini gets up above about 3 of our players to head home and make it 2-1. In fact, it's 4 of our players he gets up above. I mean, that's ridiculous. He is onside as well. A throw for us. Theo Hernandez to take it. Leao back to him. Fofana. Theo Hernandez lifts it into the box. Abraham gets his head on it. And it's over the top. They've run short with the free kick. We've actually been pretty good this season at nicking the ball high up the pitch. And then being able to spring a quick counter-attack on them, but we're not getting close to any of these at the moment. I mean, we've cut out a poor ball forward there, though. And then giving it away in the middle of the pitch. Edison to Ketelara. I thought that was in when I first saw the net move. Thankfully it wasn't. And there we are. Half time, 2-1 up. We've not been at our best. I mean, getting battered on the XG. Most of that, I think, is probably thanks to that Lookman chance that he missed. Slight concerns the number of yellow cards we've picked up as well in that first half. We sent the same team out to start the second half, and nothing's happening in the second half. Felix with a free kick for us, dinks it into the box, and Kyle Walker on the volley is denied by Patricio. Reinders with the corner for us. It's up in the air, and they managed to get it away. Right, we made loads of changes to get some fresh legs on the pitch and to lessen the threat of a second yellow card. Chukwueze bringing it clear down the left-hand side. Into Loftus-Cheek. Reinders. And there's the run from Musa from the right. Found the back of the net via the bottom of the post. And that was just the substitutions really kind of coming together there. Chukwueze at first bringing it out. Loftus-Cheek and finds Reinders. And there was the run from Musa in behind. Fires across the keeper, in off the post, and restores the 2-goal advantage. Yeah, free kick for them. In swing it towards the back post. Still alive. Lookman, thankfully, straight at the keeper. And then we've rolled it out. Tomori looks for Walker, gives it away. And now we could be in trouble. Ball into the box. Mannion got nowhere near it. And thankfully, he might have just put Retegui off. And now we're trying to pass it out again. And then again, some short passing here. It's given Arlott a chance to get in on some of these, but we managed to make it up the pitch. Reinders now back to Tomori. We're giving it away in midfield again. Retegui out to Posh bombing forward on the right. It was nearly a spectacular own goal. Lookman's ball into the box is cut out by Walker. He's striding forward. Out to Chukwueze on the left. Low ball into the near post. And Scalvini puts it behind for a corner. Florenzi with the corner. I think it's going to be a deep one. I don't know why the keeper ended up on the ground, but that was nowhere near the target with the header. It looks like they're down to 10 men as well. There we go, full time 3-1. Certainly not our best performance, and we looked ropey at times, but we've come away with the 3 points, and it keeps the pressure on Inter to know that they've got to match our results to keep it even at a 4-point gap. It's time for the penultimate game of the season away at Inter. I mean, they have some serious issues in their team with players being unavailable. It no longer has the importance that it could have had because the title's already been decided. Following on from the game against Atalanta, we won 9-1 at home against Como. A couple of goals for João Felix, a couple of goals for Tammy Abraham. We're going to have a bit of an issue replacing both of those next season, I think, because I don't think we're going to have the money to be able to sign either of them permanently. We then won 1-0 away at Lazio. Tomori with a goal just after Tammy Abraham had missed a penalty. And then we won 7-0 at home against Torino. Again, Tammy Abraham missed another penalty, but we managed to come away with the 3 points. And that means because Juventus beat Inter in their previous game, we are champions guaranteed. We're 9 points clear with 2 games left to play. We've got a goal difference of plus 104. We've really shared the goals round as well. But Soto's had an outstanding season. I'm really glad that we actually did that deal to make it a permanent deal. Kyle Walker's been great. We'll have to seriously think about whether to keep him on or not. The plan at the start of the season was no, given his age. But given how good he's been, and given that the option in the contract's only 4 million, I think we'll probably have to seriously consider that. And as we said, because of that victory for Juve against Inter, we are the champions. It moves us level on 20 title wins apiece with Inter, Still a long way to go to catch Juve at the top of that. But a league title in the first season. I think the second season is probably going to be more difficult given the players that we're losing. The likes of Felix and Tammy Abraham, who've been a big part of this season. It's a derby, always looking for 3 points there. And given the fact that they're definitely without Lautaro Martinez, Mkhitaryan and Pavard, and probably without Thuram and Carlos Augusto, we should go into this game as favourites, as champions, and hopefully we can put on a show to end this season. And so this is the side we've picked for the derby. We've made one change to the team that played the last game. Rafa Leao comes back in, having had a spell out with a bit of a knock, and Chukwueze drops down to the bench. Right. DeMarco with a free kick for them. Leao nicks it off Correa, and we've nicely played that. Theo Hernandez now bombing forward, goes back to Thiaw. Leao cutting in. Knocking this around nicely. Fofana driving forward, and then he just goes too far. But Sotil wins it back. Fofana now. Reinders going around the outside. Fires across the keeper, in off the far post. Makes it 1-0, and what a start that is. Get the party started. I'm not sure that the Inter fans are too happy, but it's nicely worked. Constant movement from the players, and Reinders goes around the outside and just fires it in with the help of that far post there. Reinders to take the corner. Anthony up in the air. Thiaw back to João Felix. Reinders now cutting in field. He's found the bottom corner again with the help of that far post, and that's 2 goals in the opening 8 minutes. So the corner's headed up in the air. They don't get it clear. Felix just helps it back out to Reinders. He just shifts it infield. No one gets out to block the shot. And that's 2-0. Just onside because they were late getting out of the 6-yard box. A throw for them deep in their own half. We looked like we might have nicked it there, but now they're bringing it clear for Tazy. Out to Darmian. That's well worked by them. I mean, Correa had pretty much the whole goal to aim at after Mannion sold himself and misses the target. Fofana nicks it, but they've got it back. Bastoni into Asalani. DeMarco with some space. Given the way we defend, I would have made sure I got that cross in the box there, I think, rather than try to play it around on the edge of the area. Sotil now infield. Finds Fofana. Leao into the box. Gets to the byline. The cutback gets blocked, but Felix is there to fire it high into the net. And that's 3-0. Just thoroughly dominant. And it's been a sign of how this season's gone, basically. The cross was deflected onto the post. It evades the keeper. And Felix fires home. And we've been whipped a goal kick out to the flank. Back to Theo Hernandez. Leao helps it on. Felix. And then Leao takes it on again. Pulls it back. And Fofana fires over. I mean, this could easily be 5-0 already. And there we are, half time, 3-0. We've really dominated this first half. We looked far sharper, the team, despite the fact that they've been celebrating a title win. And just need to keep at it for another 45 minutes and pick up the 3 points against our biggest rivals. Right, I made a couple of changes at half time. Leao, because he's coming back from injuries, come off. Chukwueze's come on, and Sotil's switched to the left. And then Terraciano's come on at left back instead of Theo Hernandez, who picked up a yellow card in that first half. And we've got the ball early in the second half. Terraciano into Sotil. back to Terraciano. Looks to go past his man, but loses out. And they've cleared it up to the halfway line. Fofana tidies it up. Fofana gets it back. Goes around the outside, pulls it back. Felix back to Terraciano. Drives in onto his right foot. And the keeper turns it over for a corner. I think anywhere else in the goal, rather than straight on the keeper's throat, that was probably in. Rangers with the corner. Up in the air, and they've got it clear. Right, a corner for them. The first real threat we've had at a set piece, because that's not been our best in defending this season. But Correa's got it on the edge of the box, goes around the outside, and fires it high over the top. And Soto deep in their half. Back to Terraciano. Whips across to the back post. And Chukwueze somehow won the header, but it's straight at the keeper's hands. And he's launched it up the field. And they've got the ball. Barella. And Fratesi in. I mean, obviously the game doesn't matter, but this was far too easy. And Darmian finds Fratesi, sorry, no one had made the run with him. And the keeper really didn't have a chance there. And Fofana bringing it clear. And driving into the box, pulls it back to the edge of the area. It's onto Walker, on the overlap. Smashes it at the keeper. And they've managed to clear it. And they've been short with the free kick. And we've won it back though. Chukwueze going around the outside, still going. Toe pokes it past the keeper from a narrow angle. And that's 4-1. And that should be the 3 points secure now. Right, we've made our final two changes. Florenti and Branca are both almost certainly leaving at the end of the season, at the end of the contract. They've come on. Walker and Fofana have gone off. Corner for them. Header straight at the keeper. It's gone back out to the corner taker. And we've managed to get it away for a throw-in. And there we are. Full time, 4-1. And they're going to present us with the league title in the San Siro, but in front of all the Inter Milan fans, which seems a bit shithousery to me, but we'll take it. We've got the trophy. And with one game left to go in the league season, we're on 99 points. Can we break the 100-point barrier and just end this outstanding first season on a high? So it's time for the end season review. Obviously, we won the league title. Obviously, a lot of these signings were players that were already in before we signed anyone. The only signing we made, actually, we sent out on loan straight away. In terms of outgoings, we got rid of a few. I mean, probably the biggest one we got rid of was Pulisic. We're still only halfway away from getting all the money by the looks of things. But it does show us being the full 77 million there. And then in terms of the loans, we've got quite a few players coming back to the club. So we'll need to work our way through who we want to keep and who we want to move on from those. And there's the final, well, it's not the final league table. I was going to say it is the final league table, but there is still a playoff to decide the last relegation spot between Parma and Udinese. But we ended the season with a victory, a 2-0 victory against Parma, which is what's caused them to be in that playoff. But a goal difference of 109, plus 109, 102 points, only 2 defeats all season. And they were 1-0 defeats away at Genoa and Bologna. The Bologna one doesn't look too bad with them finishing third, but Genoa finishing down in 13th. That was a bit of a misstep. Champions League-wise, I mean, we did what we needed to do to get out of the group stage. We hammered Bayern Munich over 2 legs thanks to that scoring 7 in the first leg. And then we really threw it away in the second leg of the quarterfinal against RB Leipzig, who actually went on to win it, which I mean, we had a chance. I mean, they got past Monaco in the semi-final and beat Arsenal in the final. And then the Coppa Italia, obviously we were knocked out in the quarter-final by Juventus, who went on to get beat in the final by Inter. The biggest win was 9-1 against Como. I think, did we not win 9-0? But I think we beat Udinese 9-0, which seems a bit of a strange thing there. The match to remember is our group stage victory against Man City in the Champions League. And then the goal of the season was a powerful shot from distance from Fofana. And yeah, we're at the end of the season. The formation worked, but we've got a decision to make about Kyle Walker, who was outstanding. For $4 million, it seems a no-brainer to make that deal permanent. Soto, we've already agreed the deal to become permanent. João Felix, was no way we can afford that. A deal for him or a deal for Tammy Abraham, who got 33 goals in 40 games for us and only started 24. So we're going to need to find some replacements in that central area of the attack, or we're going to need to change up what we do for next season. And there we go. The fans' player of the season was Soto, who was outstanding. That's the reason we did the deal. Santiago Jimenez is slightly disappointing, to be honest. And we definitely need someone to challenge him as a centre forward. But otherwise, I mean, a very, very strong season, and hopefully the start of many to create a dynasty. But I think missing some of those key players for next season is going to be a bit of a tough task to repeat this. And there we are. Season 1 comes to an end with the league title in the bag. 102 points, just those 2 defeats. And a truly outstanding season. We probably could have been better in the Coppa Italia, and we should have beaten RB Leipzig in the quarterfinal, which could have meant going on and lifting that trophy as well. But for our first season, the league title is a good start. Now, to achieve the games that we've set ourselves, we need to start winning them back to back. We're going to have an awful lot of work in the summer to try and make sure the squad's at the same level and we can get the same sort of performances going into next season. So join us in the next episode to see what happens in that summer transfer window. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.